Hello, it's TQ here
and JQ behind the camera.
JQ behind the camera for Small Flower TV. You know, I'm going to do a shave today because recently my brother sort of insulted me by telling me that some people came in the store and various people on the phone said, "Oh, you're the brother to him. You're the brother who actually shaves, huh?" Like, as in shaves online. So maybe there's been a few people doubting that I actually use a safety razor. So I thought, let's give it a shot.
Cool.
And hopefully.
What razor are you using?
I'm going to try for the first time the Merkur Barber Pole Chrome Safety Razor, which is
nice weight.
Gorgeous weight, and I have to say it's a matte finish on the handle with a nice Barber Pole twirl design, and the chrome is just beautiful, and the whole thing just feels great.
Show us how you open.
And then the opening is kind of cool too, because unlike it's not a butterfly, it's a regular top open, but it's not a three-piece.
It's a spring inside.
It's a spring-loaded top. So you drop it in here, and you're still twisting the bottom, which is kind of nice. You know, one less step. So I'm using a feather razor today, which is, you know, definitely one of my favorites. Although I use other ones as well. So I've not put one on this one before, so.
Pretty nice that you get the ease of the butterfly with the durability of kind of the three-piece top. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, sort of a hybrid approach, and it's that was easier than the three-piece for sure. Although, you know, it wouldn't be a purchasing decision for me. The three-piece is very easy as well once you get used to it. So I just prepped my face right before just to save a little time with a hot towel. And for those of you guys who get bumps on the neck, you can see I don't really have any, and I used to have lots of them, and I would credit. I'm not really. I'll be honest. For me, I'm not a pre-shave guy because I find that oil tends to make me get bumps no matter what I seem to do. Any oil I've tried. I'm open to testing it out. I know there's going to be some people who say that, you know, there's a different oil or I'm doing something wrong, but I don't really need pre-shave oil. I found. For me, even though I used to get a lot of bumps, I don't get them anymore, and one is the key is doing the hot towel ahead of time. Even if you are taking a shower before you shave, the hot towel is just all that steam and that moisture that's been put on right directly on the face right before you shave is nice. So that was a few minutes ago for me, so I'm already feeling like I'm sort of behind.
We're gonna pan down and watch you.
Yeah. So I am.
What are you using?
I'm going to use Spike Rasier cream, shaving cream for men from Germany, and this is not a cream that I've used in a long time, so I'm pretty excited about it because this has a pretty good following. This has a really nice following, partly because it's just off the beaten path as far as I haven't used this is my brother's brush, so I'm not really quite used to this yet. But there we go. It's not your typical. It's not your typical sandalwood, lime, lavender kind of line. This has actually, shouldn't say it's an alpine lavender, which has this really unusual, more masculine lavender scent. It's kind of an alpine lavender. It tends not to be as like what we think of as flowery lavender, and have a little bit more of almost a muskiness and like a.
Well, it's alpine valerian as well.
Yeah, alpine valerian too. Which valerian, normally you wouldn't think you want anything with valerian if you know valerian is an herb from a medicinal use, because that stuff is stinky. But whatever they put in here, the alpine valerian must be much nicer because it is. This smells great, I have to say. And considering I'm whipping it up in this little bowl with camera prepping and everything like that, this is not a bad lather. Certainly, you can get a lot worse than this from the little bit of, you know, using a tube and in just a metal bowl with trying to do this on camera. So
we also we recommend it a lot because it's 2.5 ounces, so you can travel with it. Yeah,
that's actually why I chose this one today. Is that I just got back from New York. It was at a product show, and one of the problems I had was I forgot I didn't have a tube at home. I realized, and I didn't want to take a tub, and I had to go.
Fortunately, you were going to a product show.
Yeah, that's true. But also, I stopped off at Bigelow and New London Pharmacy, one of our some of our friendly competitors in the industry, and picked up a shaved stick, the Barber shaved stick, which was kind of fun. Because although we carry it, I hadn't used that before. That's a nice razor,
isn't it?
Yeah.
That was my first one.
Nice. So you can see, I mean, you know, people are right in that they say if there's one of us who's more experienced, it's definitely Jay. But I mean, I'm no slouch with this razor.
Do you like the weight of it while you're shaving? I mean,
yeah.
I think one of the things I liked about it, and tell me if you're feeling the same thing, is that it's easy to let the weight of the head, like the weight of the razor, do the job because of its.
Yeah, I almost feel like I'm having to adjust because I'm not used to something that's quite this weighty. I'm having to put less pressure than I'm used to using.
How does the cream feel?
Feels nice so far.
You get a good glide on it? Is it?
Yeah, pretty good glide. I wouldn't say it's the best I've ever tried, but it's certainly acceptable.
I like this one. I like the Spike personally because it's the.
This is, if I do nick myself anywhere,
It's
the
the
chin is
chin.
it
Yeah, well.
for me.
Yeah, I know.
Which I find, as you and I have talked about, just a nice short stroke. Tends to take care of that. It's when I get too eager on the chin and try and do it too fast. That I get issues, you know?
The Spike is a good transition for somebody who's only used foam, that like they can understand how a cream would not just sit on top of the skin and actually moisturize to some degree, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a good one that's not super expensive. It's actually really cheap. So
very inexpensive.
So you can. I like if you didn't bring a brush, you can still use your hands and put it on. It's still a better shave than some foam. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I've done that before in the past. Like when I've been traveling, and in the old days before I was really into the brush thing, I'd just carry something like the Spike as in my bag and just use it with my hands. But thankfully, those days are past. With my travel brush and, you know, everything, I don't intend to repeat that anymore.
Pass number 2?
Yeah. I'm going out tonight. Going to a play. Collaboration.
Oh, nice.
So, I want to be smooth. Surprise Rachel. She saw me leave with a beard and, you know, with whiskers, and see me tonight with a. So on the pass number 2, I'm not going directly against the grain. I like to go kind of across grain.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I mean, I have a thick beard, so you can definitely hear it. And
yeah, he gets like a noon shadow.
Yeah. I would say sometimes it's like a 10 a.m. shadow. And for me, I think everyone has to be aware of how it works for them. But for me, actually, a lot of people feel like neck going up, but on the sides of my neck, going up is not actually against the grain. It's slightly diagonal on the grain, and that works. It's the bottom. I never go up straight up underneath the neck. I can go up on that side and on the other side. And it gives a nice clean shave. And then on the neck, I'm usually doing like a diagonal right in the front.
So it seems like you're having no trouble with that razor.
No, I mean, this, you know, the one I've been using lately is my
Jagger?
My Jagger octagonal ivory razor, which I also really love. The other thing I want to say about this razor is that when I first grabbed it, the Barber pole, the swirls felt like they might be slippery when it was dry. As it wets up, this thing is like rock solid grip. Like I'm shaking this with just 2 fingers and it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere, you know? So that's a nice. Oh, look, I nicked myself.
There you go.
Thankfully, I have my little Osma alum pencil.
You just hold it right on there, just for a second. Stops it right up there.
Stopped. Done. That was actually, you know, you don't want to nick yourself while you're demonstrating this, but we've been selling boatloads of those pencils and the alum blocks from Osma, the laboratory in France that makes it, Laboratoires Osma, and I really like them. So
yeah, that's a styptic that not a lot of people have seen.
Yeah,
you know, I think everyone's kind of used to seeing the Clubmen everywhere, and there's not a lot of options out there.
Yeah, this Osma from France is a nice one.
Careful under the nose.
I'm reminded every time I see under the nose, isn't that those 50s, the 50s, like car of the future? As they're driving along and the car will shave you on the way to work, and it's like the guy in his top hat and it takes it off, and it's like, watch the road, as they start to go under the nose, and it's like, he hits potholes and he has no face. It didn't cut him. There's just a featureless, there's just eyes with no mouth and no nose left, just a blank, expansive face, which I can never get out of my head. Every time I lift up my nose to shave, that's what I think about. Anyway, so I'm going to give it a little, now for me, we're about to do a review about aftershave, so I'm not going to go straight with the aftershave, but I'll show you my finishing thing is, I think some people do cold water at the end. Yeah, so I fell into the Mantic school of using a warm towel and just removing all the whiskers and anything else, a little extra cream that might be around before I put cold water on. And then I don't even feel, for me, I don't even use cold water. From there I go into an aftershave. And we're going to do a test, so I'm not going to put an aftershave on right now, but my favorite secret, it's not secret, I tell everyone, but is razor bump relief from Baxter. I am a huge fan of this, and I feel like that's my other secret to my neck, which doesn't really get bumps anymore, is that you don't need very much. This is when I'm done shaving. I take about that much. This tube lasts a long time. And I get my neck, and then I do like anywhere along the razor line where I maybe not caught where I'm not used to shaving. I just do a little line at the top of my beard. But I do that, and I actually put too much. That's probably double the amount I needed. But with that, I get no razor bumps. Every once in a while, I won't say none, but in general, it's not an issue in my life anymore, which is really nice. So we'll see you when we're doing the Captain's Choice review in a few minutes. But thanks for watching. Yeah.